T-Mobile's 5G home internet services averages over 200 megabits per second down. All right, just as a number. Good, bad, indifferent. Any thoughts on that speed?
So I think 200 is sufficient for probably the vast majority. I know in my area, I've tested T-Mobile home internet a couple times. I've gotten anywhere between 600 and 800 down, but obviously across the U.S., they're not going to have N41 absolutely everywhere. I was honestly surprised though that 200 was the average, um, because I just feel like they've been building up this network a lot more, and I figured it would maybe be closer in the 300s or the 400s. 200 isn't bad. It's just lower than what I expected, I guess.
All right, so Anubis has the service. We were just talking to him earlier about this. He's saying he gets 200 at certain times. And I think that's the whole conundrum, that whole thing that you kind of make that negotiation when you sign up for fixed wireless is the potential to have variability in speeds at a given time of the day, right? I think specific more so to T-Mobile because Verizon kind of seems to be delivering their proposed speeds on a more consistent level
Yep.
throughout the day, regardless of time, which is good. But T-Mobile's business model with the home internet is always an excess capacity mission, right? Like we've got this extra capacity, we'll sell it to you, but we don't make guarantees on the service. We don't make guarantees on speeds. So I think that's where all this kind of it just depends.
Yeah, well, and even Verizon has the 5G Home and the 5G Home Plus, the Home Plus from Verizon. You're getting more access, faster speeds. T-Mobile's Home Internet Plus is the same service. You just get a free extender kit included with it. So they're definitely not moving in the direction either. So yeah, it's definitely variable. And I don't know if you saw this, Need, but Spectrum did a TV ad to go against T-Mobile, where they had this woman just slapping deprioritized stickers on all these devices in someone's house. Like, oh, you're watching this movie? Deprioritize. You're on this work call? Deprioritize. And then it got slow down. And then they said, T-Mobile's cell phone internet is unreliable. So something like that.
Yeah, they've been really focusing on trying to downplay the ability of T-Mobile to provide reliable service for home internet, making it seem like it's always going to be slower and it's always going to be unreliable. And they call it cell phone internet, home internet, right? In their ads and stuff. So they're trying to make you feel like you're a second, third world nation if you got fixed wireless access,
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, so that's their marketing and their advertising. Now, my concern is that over time, this average starts to drop. Is that what you would expect, Max? Because I think within a year's time, I think that speed could get cut in half because they're currently at 6 million customers or something, or they're approaching 6 million. They're tracking to probably get to 7 or 8 million in the next year. So I can't see it getting faster necessarily, but I could potentially see it getting slower for an average.
Well, all they gotta do is just keep upgrading the network, and then they can handle it. I think, a good covered area with N41 could probably handle a few more users. So just upgrade the network, and I could see the average going up. As long as they do it on a large enough scale, then they can easily handle the extra customers they're expecting.
But see, that's the problem. They've said, they don't want to invest in the network specifically for the service, but we know at some point their mobile growth continues. The mobile user using more data and then just getting more customers as mobile customers. They had 700,000 customers every quarter. So I think at some point it's like you reach that tipping point. Hey, we're in this region. We've been growing. We've been adding market share, and customers are using 50 gigs of data per month. The average used to be 30.
Yeah.
You're just going to have to go from a 1 gig circuit to multi-gig fiber to the tower. And You're going to have to deploy your assets in the form of C-band and DoD, and
Yep,
you're going to have to
definitely.
refarm probably some LT spectrum, I think, eventually as well, right? So, yeah, I think it's a whole effort to just continue to try to create more capacity for the users on the network.
Yep, and that's what they'll need to do if they want to be able to handle more people. Otherwise, I can definitely see that 200 number going down.